Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever found yourself feeling lost in life? Have you ever woken up to the reality that the work you're doing doesn't inspire you? That what was once a passion now feels like a daily grind? If you felt this way, you are not alone. And today I want to change how you view work forever. Purpose is one of the most powerful forces in the human experience. It is the guiding light that can direct every action, every decision, and every moment. Without purpose, life can feel aimless, like drifting on a vast ocean with no land in sight. But when you discover and align yourself with a clear purpose, everything shifts. Work no longer feels like a mundane task. Instead, it becomes a meaningful journey, a path that adds depth to your existence and drives you towards something greater than yourself. Purpose gives us direction. It acts like a compass that helps us navigate through life's challenges and opportunities. Just like a ship needs a clear destination to steer towards, we need a purpose to guide our decisions. Without purpose, we are left to wander, responding to whatever comes our way without a sense of control or intention. But when we know why we do what we do, we can face challenges with clarity, overcome obstacles with resilience, and make decisions that are aligned with our true desires and values. The first step in harnessing the power of purpose is understanding that purpose is not something external or fixed. It is not something you find in a job title, a paycheck, or external validation. Purpose comes from within. It is the sum of your passions, your values, your unique talents, and the ways in which you want to contribute to the world. Finding your purpose requires introspection, a willingness to look inward and ask yourself what truly matters to you, what excites you, and where you want to make an impact. When we tap into our purpose, we unlock a deeper sense of fulfillment. Work, which may otherwise feel like an endless cycle of obligations, becomes a means of personal expression and growth. Imagine waking up every morning with a sense of excitement because you are engaged in something that resonates with your deepest beliefs. Your work stops feeling like something you have to do and becomes something you want to do because it aligns with who you are and the greater purpose you are working toward. This alignment between purpose and work has a profound impact on motivation. When you have a sense of purpose, the daily grind becomes far less burdensome. It's not about just going through the motions anymore. It's about achieving something significant. Purpose fuels you. It provides the energy to keep pushing forward, even when the road gets tough. You are no longer motivated by fear or obligation, but by the belief that the work you are doing matters, that it is part of something bigger than yourself. Moreover, purpose helps to overcome the inevitable moments of doubt that we all face. In any long-term pursuit, there will be times when you feel overwhelmed, discouraged, or tempted to quit. It's easy to lose sight of why you started, especially when faced with setbacks. But a clear sense of purpose acts as an anchor. It reminds you that your efforts are not in vain, that every challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow, and that persistence will eventually lead you to your desired outcome. Purpose gives you the strength to persist through difficult times and the wisdom to remain focused on your long-term vision. Another powerful aspect of purpose is its ability to foster resilience. When you are clear on your purpose, it provides you with the mental and emotional fortitude to handle adversity. Life is full of challenges, and it's easy to feel knocked down by circumstances. But purpose transforms how we perceive challenges. Rather than seeing obstacles as roadblocks, we begin to see them as opportunities to reinforce our commitment to our purpose. The greater the purpose, the greater the strength it provides to rise up after every fall. Purpose also helps cultivate a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment in your work. Too often, people become consumed by the pursuit of external rewards, money, promotions, or recognition, believing that these things will bring happiness and fulfillment. But external rewards are fleeting. True fulfillment comes from within, from the sense that you are contributing to something that matters. When your work aligns with your purpose, the satisfaction you derive from it is deep and lasting. You no longer seek validation from the outside world because you have already found it within yourself. Purpose also shapes how we relate to others. When we understand our purpose, we begin to see the connections between our work and the people we serve. Purpose shifts our focus from self-interest to service. It transforms work from something transactional to something that adds value to others. Whether you are creating a product, delivering a service, or leading a team, when you approach your work with a sense of purpose, you naturally find ways to make a positive impact on those around you. The power of purpose is undeniable. It is the fuel that drives us, the anchor that keeps us grounded, and the light that guides us through even the darkest times. When you align your work with your purpose, you are no longer merely surviving, you are thriving. Every action you take, every decision you make becomes infused with meaning. Purpose turns work from a necessity into a calling, a path to personal fulfillment, and to contributing something meaningful to the world. When you live with purpose, you unlock a power within yourself that will shape your future in ways you never thought possible. The way we perceive the world shapes how we experience it. This truth lies at the core of a powerful transformation, one that can radically alter not just how we approach our work, but how we approach life itself. A mindset shift is the key to unlocking untapped potential, to moving beyond the limitations we've imposed upon ourselves, and to stepping into a world full of opportunities. To shift your mindset is to shift your reality. Most people view work as a means to an end, a way to make money, pay bills, and live a comfortable life. This mindset sees work as something external, something separate from one's sense of self. It's something to endure, something to get through until the weekend arrives or the next vacation comes. But when you change your mindset, work no longer becomes a prison. It becomes a platform for growth, a place where you can thrive, not just survive. The mindset shift begins with recognizing that everything starts with the way we think. How we think about work, success, failure, and even our own potential will influence how we show up in the world. People who operate from a fixed mindset tend to believe that their abilities and intelligence are static. They think success comes from raw talent alone, and as such they avoid challenges that might expose their weaknesses. In contrast, people with a growth mindset believe that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. They see challenges as opportunities to grow, rather than threats to their competence. One of the first areas to focus on in shifting your mindset is your relationship with failure. In the fixed mindset, failure is often seen as a personal defeat. It's something to be avoided at all costs, and when it happens, it can be devastating. But in the growth mindset, failure is not something to fear. Instead, failure is viewed as an essential part of the journey. Every setback is seen as a lesson, a stepping stone toward success. But when you embrace failure as a tool for learning, rather than a reflection of your inadequacy, your approach to work and life changes dramatically. The power of mindset extends to how we view challenges. The fixed mindset encourages people to shy away from difficulties, believing that they are beyond their abilities. As a result, they miss out on opportunities to stretch themselves and grow. But when you adopt a growth mindset, challenges become the very thing that propels you forward. Rather than feeling overwhelmed by obstacles, you begin to see them as opportunities to expand your skills, build resilience, and develop creative solutions. This shift in perspective transforms challenges from roadblocks into milestones on the path to success. The other key aspect of the mindset shift is how we approach effort. In a society that often celebrates the idea of effortless success, we can fall into the trap of believing that if something requires a lot of effort, we are somehow failing. But those with a growth mindset understand that effort is not a sign of weakness. It is the foundation of progress. Success is rarely instant or effortless. It requires hard work, determination, and persistence. When you embrace effort as a necessary and positive part of the process, you free yourself from the fear of hard work and set yourself up for long-term success. Equally important is the way we view feedback. A fixed mindset tends to see feedback as a judgment, something to be feared or avoided. Criticism, even constructive criticism, can feel like an attack on one's abilities, leading to defensiveness or self-doubt. But when you embrace a growth mindset, feedback becomes a valuable resource. It's a tool that helps you improve, refine your skills, and grow stronger. Instead of rejecting feedback, you actively seek it out, knowing that it's an essential component of personal and professional development. This openness to feedback accelerates growth and positions you for continuous improvement. When we make the choice to shift our mindset, we open ourselves up to new possibilities. We start to see potential rather than limitation. We start to see opportunities instead of obstacles. We begin to view our work as a chance to learn, create, and contribute, rather than as a task to be completed. Our approach to life transforms from one of resignation to one of excitement and enthusiasm. Rather than waiting for things to change around us, we take ownership of our thoughts and realizing that the true power to change is within us. This mindset shift is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. It requires consistent effort and a willingness to confront our fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs. It means letting go of the stories we've told ourselves about what we can or cannot do, and replacing them with a new narrative, one rooted in possibility, growth, and empowerment. Each day is an opportunity to practice and reinforce a mindset that propels us toward our goals, our dreams, and the life we want to create. The shift in mindset is the foundation for everything that follows. It influences the way we work, the way we relate to others, and the way we view success and failure. It has the power to transform how we see ourselves and our potential. When you change your mindset, you change the way you experience the world around you, and you unlock the door to endless possibilities. In a world that often praises perfection, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that everything must be flawless before taking action. This pursuit of perfection can create a mental block that prevents us from making progress. The truth is, waiting for perfection can be paralyzing. The fear of failure, the uncertainty of not being good enough, and the desire to present only the best version of ourselves can all hinder our ability to take the necessary steps toward our goals. The power lies in choosing action over perfection. Perfectionism is a trap that many fall into, particularly in professional and personal endeavors. It's the belief that if something isn't perfect, it isn't worth doing at all. But this mindset often leads to inaction, self-doubt, and procrastination. Instead of moving forward and making progress, we become consumed by the need to get everything just right, which only serves to delay the very thing we are striving for. Whether it's a project at work, a personal goal, or any other pursuit, perfectionism tends to paralyze us with taking action, on the other hand, is a different kind of power. It's the power of momentum. When we take action, even imperfect action, we start to make progress, learn from our experiences, and adjust as needed. Waiting for the perfect moment to start something often leads to missed opportunities. The world doesn't reward perfection. It rewards those who are willing to take risks, make mistakes, and continue moving forward despite obstacles. One of the key reasons why action over perfection works so effectively is because it builds momentum. Small actions, no matter how imperfect, create forward movement. This movement generates energy, ideas, and new perspectives. The more you act, the more clarity you gain about what works and what doesn't. It's through doing that you learn. It's through making mistakes that you improve. Perfection is often an illusion. What's considered perfect today will evolve into something new tomorrow. But action drives results and brings you closer to your objectives. Another benefit of embracing action over perfection is the way it fosters resilience. When you're constantly striving for perfection, you are constantly setting yourself up for potential failure. Why? Because perfection is subjective and often unattainable. On the other hand, when you take action and focus on progress rather than perfection, you begin to view mistakes not as failures, but as part of the journey. Every time you act, you take one step closer to achieving your goal, and even if things don't go as planned, you learn how to pivot, adjust, and try again. This mindset cultivates perseverance, a vital quality for long-term success. By focusing on action, you also break free from the trap of overthinking. Overthinking is another byproduct of perfectionism. We tend to analyze every detail and anticipate every possible outcome, which only increases our anxiety and hesitation. The result is often inaction. However, when you prioritize action, you reduce the time spent in indecision. You stop wondering about the what-ifs and start doing what you can with what you have right now. It's a release from the constant mental gymnastics that often prevent us from moving forward. It's also important to remember that perfection doesn't equal progress. Perfectionism can create a false sense of security, where we believe that if we just spend a little more time refining our work, tweaking that one detail, or researching one more angle, we'll be ready. But in reality, this constant refinement can be an excuse to avoid the real work, taking action and learning from the process. Success isn't about doing everything perfectly from the start. It's about the willingness to dive in, even when you don't have all the answers. The act of taking action, even when you feel unprepared, builds confidence. It proves to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. It teaches you to trust in your ability to adapt, learn, and improve. Every time you act, you reinforce the belief belief that you can figure things out as you go, that you don't need to know everything in advance. This shift in mindset is incredibly empowering. It liberates you from the burden of perfectionism and helps you focus on what truly matters, progress and results. Moreover, taking action encourages innovation. When you wait for everything to be perfect, you limit your creativity and problem-solving abilities. The act of creating, making decisions, and experimenting leads to new ideas and breakthroughs. The people who achieve the greatest success aren't the ones who waited for everything to be flawless. They are the ones who kept moving, learning, and evolving. They took action, made mistakes, and used those mistakes as stepping stones toward innovation. In the long run, choosing action over perfection leads to greater personal and professional growth. It encourages you to take risks, embrace uncertainty, and constantly evolve. Perfection is a moving target. What is perfect today may not be perfect tomorrow. But action is always within your control. It's something you can choose every single day, and it's the key to achieving more than you ever thought possible. Service is one of the most profound forces in both personal growth and collective success. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that life is about personal achievement, about what we can gain, acquire, and accomplish for ourselves. However, true success often comes not from what we take, but from what we give. The power of service lies in its ability to transcend individual pursuits and create a ripple effect of positive change. When we focus on serving others, we not only enrich the lives of those around us, but also enhance our own lives in ways that are far more meaningful than any material gain. The first power of service is its ability to create connection. At its core, service is about recognizing the needs of others and responding with empathy, care, and action. This creates bonds between individuals, teams, and communities. It breaks down barriers and fosters a sense of shared purpose. When we serve others, we move beyond our own desires and become attuned to the lives of those around us. We become aware of their struggles, their aspirations, and their dreams, and in doing so, we build relationships that are grounded in genuine human connection. This sense of connection, whether in a workplace, a community, or even within a family, is invaluable. It creates trust, respect, and a sense of unity that can accomplish far more than isolated efforts ever could. Service also cultivates a sense of purpose. Many people struggle with feelings of emptiness or disconnection in their daily lives, especially when they are focused solely on their personal achievements. Without a larger sense of purpose, success can feel hollow. When we focus on serving others, however, we tap into something much deeper. Service provides a clear and meaningful direction in life. It is no longer about pursuing wealth, status, or recognition for the sake of personal gain, but about contributing to something greater than ourselves. This shift in focus gives our actions purpose and fills our work with deeper meaning. When you know that your work, no matter how small or large, is making a difference in someone else's life, the effort becomes intrinsically rewarding. The power of service also lies in its ability to enhance our sense of fulfillment. Ironically, when we make it a priority to serve others, we often find ourselves enriched in ways we never imagined. True fulfillment doesn't come from accumulating things or accolades. It comes from knowing that we've made a positive impact on someone's life. Whether it's helping a colleague solve a problem, volunteering in the community, or simply offering a kind word or gesture to someone in need, service fulfills a deep human need for purpose and contribution. Serving others offers us the opportunity to experience the joy of seeing others grow, succeed, and thrive as a result of our actions. This kind of fulfillment cannot be bought. It can only be earned through genuine service to others. Furthermore, service promotes a mindset of abundance. In a world where scarcity is often emphasized, where we are constantly told that there isn't enough to go around, service flips that narrative on its head. It teaches us that giving is not a loss, but a gain. When we serve, we open ourselves up to the possibility of abundance, not just in material terms, but in terms of opportunities, goodwill, and shared success. Serving others creates an environment where cooperation and collaboration are valued over competition. It reminds us that when we lift others, we too are lifted. In this way, service fosters a positive feedback loop that enriches everyone involved. Another aspect of the power of service is its ability to inspire leadership. Leaders are not necessarily those who hold titles or positions of authority. Leaders are those who demonstrate a commitment to the well-being of others. Service is the cornerstone of leadership. It's through serving others that we inspire trust, build loyalty, and motivate those around us. A true leader leads by example, by putting others first, understanding their needs, and finding ways to support their growth. When we serve those around us, we cultivate an environment of respect and collaboration, encouraging others to step up and contribute as well. Service is the foundation of leadership that inspires others to take ownership of their work, their community, and their world. Moreover, the power of service extends far beyond the immediate satisfaction we get from helping others. It has the potential to create lasting generational impact. Acts of service ripple outward in ways that often cannot be immediately seen, but that make a significant difference over time. A single act of kindness or support can spark a chain reaction of positivity. The person you serve may go on to serve others, passing forward the goodwill you have extended. Communities that are built on a foundation of service are stronger, more resilient, and more capable of facing challenges together. The impact of service, though often subtle, has the power to transform not just individual lives but entire societies. Service also deepens our understanding of human potential. When we serve, we witness firsthand the incredible resilience, creativity, and strength of others. We see people rise above challenges, overcome obstacles, and achieve things they never thought possible. This experience broadens our perspective, teaching us that we are all interconnected, and that every person, regardless of their background or circumstances, has something valuable to offer. Through service, we recognize the vast potential in others and learn to appreciate their unique qualities, strengths, and contributions. This recognition fosters a spirit of mutual respect and gratitude, both for ourselves and for those we serve. The power of service is immense, yet it is often overlooked in a world focused on self-interest and individual success. By choosing to serve others, whether in our personal, professional, or community lives, we tap into a deeper, more enduring source of fulfillment, connection, and growth. Service not only enhances the lives of others, but it elevates our own lives in ways that go beyond what we can ever accumulate or achieve for ourselves. When we make service a priority, we create a world that is richer in compassion, opportunity, and shared success. In today's fast-paced world, work is often viewed as a series of tasks to be completed, goals to be met, and results to be delivered. Yet one of the most powerful perspectives we can adopt is seeing work not as a mere obligation or a means to an end, but as a dynamic and continuous learning experience. Work in this context becomes an opportunity for personal growth, skill development, and the expansion of our knowledge base. By reframing our approach to work as a platform for learning, we can unlock a level of engagement, satisfaction, and fulfillment that far surpasses the traditional notion of work as a mere job or paycheck. When we view work as a learning experience, we open ourselves up to the idea that every task, no matter how mundane it may seem, offers a chance to learn something new. Whether it's acquiring technical skills, mastering a new software tool, understanding a new market trend, or improving communication and collaboration, each aspect of our job holds the potential for learning. Instead of feeling frustrated by routine tasks or challenges, we begin to see them as opportunities to grow. This shift in perspective allows us to embrace the process of work rather than simply rushing toward the outcome, making the journey itself more rewarding. Learning through work also enables us to continuously refine our skills. In any profession or industry, things are constantly evolving. New technologies emerge, customer preferences change, and market dynamics shift. To stay relevant and competitive, we must keep learning and adapting. Work provides the ideal environment to develop the agility required to navigate these changes. By actively engaging with our tasks and seeking out opportunities to improve our knowledge, we can keep pace with advancements in our field and enhance our professional capabilities. Whether it's attending training sessions, asking for feedback, or seeking out mentorship, work is a natural platform for ongoing skill development. One of the key benefits of seeing work as a learning experience is that it encourages a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence are not fixed traits, but can be developed through dedication and hard work. This mindset contrasts with a fixed mindset, which assumes that talents and intelligence are static and unchangeable. People with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to improve rather than as threats to their competence. By embracing this mindset in the workplace, we start to approach problems with a sense of curiosity rather than fear. Instead of avoiding difficult projects or situations that seem beyond our current abilities, we tackle them head-on, knowing that each challenge is an opportunity to expand our skills and knowledge. Another key aspect of seeing work as a learning experience is the ability to gain new perspectives. In many work environments, we interact with people from diverse backgrounds, with different skill sets, ideas, and experiences. By working alongside others, we not only broaden our own knowledge base, but also develop a deeper understanding of different approaches to problem solving, leadership, and innovation. Collaborating with colleagues opens the door to fresh insights and new ways of thinking, which can be incredibly enriching. Whether through informal discussions or structured team projects, work provides a unique opportunity to learn from others, benefiting from their expertise and perspectives. Moreover, when work is approached as a learning experience, we become more resilient in the face of setbacks. Failure, in any form, is a natural part of life, but it often holds the potential for the most profound learning. When we see failure not as something to be avoided at all costs, but as a learning tool, we are more willing to take risks and experiment with new approaches. In a work context, this means we are more likely to innovate, try new methods, and refine our strategies without the fear of making mistakes. Mistakes become less of a reflection of our abilities and more of an opportunity to gain insight and improve. This shift in perspective allows us to move past failures quickly, learn from them, and move forward with greater confidence. Work as a learning experience also fosters a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Many people experience burnout or disengagement in their jobs when they feel they are not growing or developing. This sense of stagnation often arises from the belief that work is simply about completing tasks and checking off lists, rather than contributing to personal and professional development. When we shift our perspective and view work as an ongoing learning journey, we begin to see how each day brings an opportunity to evolve. This shift helps restore a sense of meaning and excitement to our work, as we realize that it is not just about achieving external rewards, but about continuously improving ourselves and our abilities. Learning through work also contributes to a sense of self-efficacy, the belief in our ability to accomplish tasks and achieve goals. As we acquire new skills and overcome challenges, we build confidence in our abilities. This sense of mastery strengthens our self-esteem and motivates us to take on new and more challenging tasks. Each success, no matter how small, reinforces the idea that we are capable of achieving more, pushing us to continue growing and developing in our careers. Furthermore, when work becomes a learning experience, it transforms the way we approach change. Change is inevitable in any workplace, whether it's the introduction of new technologies, the restructuring of teams, or the evolution of market trends. Viewing these changes through the lens of learning allows us to approach them with a sense of excitement and opportunity. Instead of resisting change or feeling overwhelmed by it, we embrace it as another avenue for growth. We become more adaptable, more open to new ideas, and better equipped to handle the uncertainties that come with change. Ultimately, when work is seen as a learning experience, it becomes a source of constant personal and professional development. It is no longer just a place to complete tasks or collect paychecks, but a platform for growth, creativity, and self-discovery. By approaching work with a mindset of continuous learning, we unlock the potential to not only excel in our careers, but also to lead more fulfilling and meaningful lives. In life, challenges are inevitable. Whether in our personal endeavors, careers, or relationships, obstacles are part of the journey. What separates those who achieve success from those who falter is not talent, luck, or even intelligence, it's resilience and persistence. These two qualities serve as the driving forces that enable individuals to overcome adversity, adapt to difficult circumstances, and continue moving forward despite setbacks. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from challenges, while persistence is the determination to keep going despite difficulties. Together, they create a powerful combination that propels individuals toward long-term success. At the core of resilience is the ability to maintain a positive outlook in the face of adversity. Resilience is not about avoiding stress or hardship, rather it's about how we respond to it. People who are resilient don't let failure define them. Instead, they view it as a temporary setback and an opportunity to learn and grow. When faced with disappointment or hardship, resilient individuals focus on what can be done to improve the situation rather than dwelling on what went wrong. They maintain hope and stay emotionally balanced even in difficult circumstances, which enables them to recover more quickly and effectively. Resilience is a mindset that turns obstacles into stepping stones, encouraging individuals to persevere with optimism. Persistence, on the other hand, is the steady commitment to continue working toward a goal, regardless of the challenges or delays that may occur along the way. It is the willingness to keep pushing forward, even when results are not immediate or when the road ahead is unclear. People who exhibit persistence are often those who refuse to give up after facing failure or disappointment. They understand that success rarely happens overnight and that the journey toward achievement is filled with trials and errors. Persistence requires patience and determination, as well as a strong belief that continued effort will eventually yield positive outcomes. It is the unwavering drive to keep moving forward, even when the progress seems slow or the results are not yet visible. Resilience and persistence are interconnected. While resilience allows individuals to recover from setbacks and keep their mental and emotional equilibrium, persistence ensures that they stay on track and continue striving toward their goals. Together, these qualities form a cycle of growth and perseverance. Resilience allows individuals to bounce back and reframe their approach after encountering obstacles, while persistence ensures that they maintain their efforts and stay committed to their purpose. Without persistence, resilience would be futile. Without resilience, persistence would be unsustainable. One of the key factors that help build resilience and persistence is having a clear sense of purpose. When people are driven by a strong why, they are more likely to stay committed to their goals, even in the face of difficulties. A sense of purpose provides the emotional fuel that makes it possible to keep going, even when the path is long or challenging. It acts as a reminder that the effort is worthwhile and that the struggle is part of a greater journey. Individuals with a strong sense of purpose are more likely to see obstacles as temporary barriers, not permanent roadblocks, and are thus able to bounce back more quickly and persist longer. Another important aspect of resilience and persistence is the ability to embrace failure as part of the process. Failure is not an endpoint. It's simply a lesson on the road to success. Those who are resilient and persistent understand that setbacks are opportunities to learn, refine their strategies, and grow stronger. In fact, many of the most successful individuals have faced significant failures along their journey. However, it is not their failures that define them, but their ability to bounce back and keep going despite them. They use failure as feedback, adjusting their approach and continuing forward with renewed determination. Resilience and persistence also require self-belief and a willingness to stay true to one's values and vision. It's easy to get discouraged when external circumstances seem to be working against you, but those who exhibit resilience and persistence are anchored by their inner belief in themselves and their goals. They trust in their ability to overcome challenges and are determined to stay the course. Self-belief creates the foundation for both resilience and persistence, as it provides the confidence needed to persevere through tough times. Moreover, cultivating resilience and persistence requires developing a supportive environment. Surrounding oneself with people who offer encouragement, mentorship, and guidance can significantly impact one's ability to stay resilient and persistent. A supportive network can provide the emotional and practical resources needed to face challenges and keep pushing forward. It's important to recognize that resilience and persistence are not qualities that need to be developed in isolation. The influence of others can be a powerful factor in helping individuals sustain their efforts and maintain a positive mindset. A strong focus on resilience and persistence also fosters the development of adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and the path to success is rarely linear. Those who possess resilience are better able to adapt to changing circumstances, recalibrate their approach when needed, and remain focused on their end goals. Persistence, in turn, encourages individuals to stay adaptable and flexible, knowing that the road may not always be smooth, but that their efforts will eventually lead to success. The combination of resilience and persistence equips individuals with the tools to navigate uncertainty and maintain forward momentum. In conclusion, resilience and persistence are fundamental qualities for anyone striving for success, whether in their personal lives or careers. These attributes empower individuals to withstand setbacks, learn from their mistakes, and continue pushing forward with determination and hope. In a world filled with challenges, those who cultivate resilience and persistence are better equipped to navigate life's difficulties and ultimately achieve their goals. These qualities do not eliminate adversity, but they provide the mental, emotional, emotional and practical strength needed to overcome it and keep moving toward success. In conclusion, embracing work as a learning experience, fueled by resilience and persistence, transforms the way we approach challenges. By shifting our mindset to see obstacles as opportunities for growth and understanding that success is a journey, not a destination, we unlock our true potential. Service to others, coupled with a focus on continuous improvement, cultivates a sense of purpose, connection, and fulfillment. Together, these principles create a powerful framework that empowers us to navigate adversity, achieve personal growth, and make meaningful contributions to the world. Success in this life becomes a byproduct of continuous learning, service, and persistence.